Welcome to We Connect. Mr. Andrew Simkin has been around in Chennai for the past 1.5 years. He's a career diplomat and has been one for the past 23 years. And today we're really fortunate to be able to wean him away from his very busy day and get him to talk with us on We Connect. Thank you, Andrew, very much for being with us. Now, you've been here for 1.5 years. Adjusted?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think we had settled in within our first few days. We felt comfortable here. It's a very pleasant environment, nice place to be working, fascinating place. We really enjoy the people. We enjoy all the activities, cultural events here. I have a great team of people that I work with at the consulate. So it's really been a nice time.
You're very visible as the U.S. Consul General for the South, extremely visible. There isn't a day when one opens a newspaper and we don't see Andrew in some newspaper at some event. Do you believe that that is essential for the role that you've actually been assigned here?
Well, I learned from my predecessor. David Hopper had been also very active in all sorts of public activities here. And I actually came into the job thinking that maybe I wouldn't be quite so publicly active as he had been. But what I found was that there is such a large number of interesting activities and people that are interested in having the participation of the U.S. Consul General. And so I do find, I think it is essential. And I've tried to respond and tried to participate because I think they're very worthwhile activities. And so if I possibly can support a cause or be involved in some worthwhile activity, I try to make arrangements to do it.
But from a personal point of view, what is your special interest? I mean, I see you show a lot of interest in the environment, or is it dance, is it film, is it theater? Let me draw you out on that.
Yeah. Well, frankly, I'm interested in so many things, and my special interest, I suppose, would be the work that we do at the office and travel between the two countries, services for American citizens here in India, and facilitating travel for Indians to go to the United States. That's sort of the core of what my career has been about and of what we do at the consulate. But of course, you mentioned the dance and music and environmental issues, and these are all things that I'm interested in personally. And they're also things that are important to the Indo-U.S. relationship. We have so much exchange going on in so many different areas, and so I try to do my part to facilitate that.
Right. And when we're talking about Indo-U.S. relations, do you believe that there's enough going on between the United States and Chennai and South India, considering that's the area that you are responsible for? Would you like to see more happen?
Well, there's limitless potential. I find that when we organize activities at the consulate, whether it's a visiting speaker or a series of films or a cultural event, we always get a good response. There are a lot of very sophisticated aficionados of almost any area that you could think of in the sciences or any area. And so we do as much as we can, but so many things are going on that are self-organized as well. I mean, I was delighted to hear recently that Virginia Tech University is making plans to set up a campus in Chennai or near Chennai. Frankly, it's something that we weren't involved in at all. We didn't know anything about it, but we see this kind of activity going on all levels. I think it starts with the travel, people going back and forth. So many people from this part of India have either studied in the U.S. or have spent time visiting, or they have family there. And so that helps to create the linkages that other things flow from.
Right. When you talk about travel, can a discussion on visas be far behind, Andrew? It bothers me when I see that very, very long queue every single day when I cross, the U.S. consulate. I was just wondering, I mean, is there a real reason for that, for the length of that queue?
Well, actually, the queue was a lot longer in times past. I've been hearing people tell me that they're astounded at how quickly they move through the visa process. I had one person tell me, it was a doctor, he said that they went through, it was 22 minutes from the time they arrived to the time that they had finished their interview and were on the way out.
That's not bad, really.
22
That's
minutes.
not very bad.
Yeah. So we do our best, through the appointment system and through constantly adjusting procedures to try to move people into the building quickly, and to make sure that once they're in the building that we see them quickly and that they are finished soon.
Right. But currently you've talked about having as many as 700 applicants per day. So that's a pretty large number, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, it was more than 900 yesterday.
When we talk about 700 and 900, does that mean then that you're going to have to increase your facilities? And apparently you've got some plans to move out to a different location.
Well, we actually have had days in the past when we saw as many as 1,500 applicants in a day. And that was during the time of the famous visa blitz, when we were working to get appointment wait times down to a minimum. Now we have them at a minimum, down at just about 2 days. We have the facility to be able to process the numbers that we're seeing today. There is discussion about future plans. What is the growth going to be? And we are examining options in the long run for a few years out as to whether we might need to move to another facility, but no immediate plans.
Right. Andrew, we'd like you to just hang on, because we'll take a very, very quick break and get back.
Okay.
And you don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with you on We Connect.